and this is Paranormal Express.
I don't know if you hear me.
Alright, how's it going? Oh crap, music's still playing. Alright, no, I don't want to play it again. Alright, so today we are talking about time travel. Yep.
Yes.
As... Why do I have an advertisement on my freaking Twitch already? What the heck? Anyway. So... There's...
Should I go live on my Facebook or the page? Is it possible for me to go live on the page?
I don't know.
You can go live on your Facebook.
No, not my Facebook profile. I'm talking about the Paranormal page.
I don't see why not. I go live on it all the time.
I don't know, leave it up to you.
I just do my one.
No, I carry on, David.
Alright, so, I mean, we've discussed this topic many times in person.
Right.
And there's a lot of stuff to go over. From what we think, you know, do we actually believe in time travel? There are some people that claim to be time travelers that we can go over. And I know, Ryan, you'll probably have some questions, so, I mean, let's just, let's start with explaining what we know.
Okay. So do you want to start, or?
Oh, go ahead if you want to add something.
I'm actually still trying to look for this guy. I do apologize. With regarding time travel, I'm looking for this guy in my Facebook right now because he sent me a message a while ago on time travel, and he sent me a link of this guy that claims to have created a time machine. Now I can't remember the name of the guy. That done this, who claims to have created a time machine, and he has gone to the future. So I'm actually still trying to look for that right now.
I actually saw something about you know, there are some presidents and people in history who have claimed to time traveled.
Right.
So who knows?
Yeah.
I guess we could, you know, time travel, you know, moving between different points in time, has been a popular topic for science fiction for decades. We all know that. Franchises ranging from, you know, Doctor Who, Star Trek, Back to the Future,
DC Universe.
DC Universe. I actually really like DC Universe. The reality, however, is more muddled. Not all scientists believe that time travel is possible. Some even say that an attempt would be fatal to any human who chooses to undertake it, which, you know, is a possibility. So I guess, you know, we'd have to understand time to understand time travel, right?
Right. There's a lot of quantum physics going on.
I mean, is time linear? Is time circular? What is time? You know. So, what is time? Well, most people think of it as a constant. Einstein showed us that time is an illusion. It's relative. It can vary from different observations depending on the speed through space. To Einstein, time is the fourth dimension. Space is described as three-dimensional, and such as length, width, and height. It provides coordinate direction, although conventional only moves forward, which is, now we got controversy saying, the new theory asserts that time is real. So, I mean, see, we're already getting into confusing stuff.
Right.
I mean, Einstein himself is a genius, so.
I can barely hear him.
I can barely hear your face.
I hear that bit, but I can barely hear you.
Don't like you. Your face is ugly.
So, time.
Yeah, so I know time travel can be extremely complicated, depending how you look at it.
Time travel is complicated, no matter how way you look at
it. It is. I did find an article earlier.
All right.
It's going back 2014 though, so it's a little old.
Which is fine.
Well, for an article, it's kind of old.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the headline of this article is: Could time travel soon become a reality? Physicists simulate sending quantum light particles into the past. So it's the University of Queensland. Scientists simulate photons moving through time. They showed how two wormhole traveling photons might behave. Time travel in the quantum world seems to avoid famous paradoxes, and the experiment shows bizarre behavior of such quantum particles, but on a larger scale, time travel still remains implausible. It's an interesting article if you understand wormholes and how wormholes work.
So, I mean, we can get into that a little bit too. I mean, through the wormhole, general relativity also provides scenarios that could allow travelers to go back in time, according to NASA. So the equations, however, might be difficult to physically achieve. One possibility could be to go faster than light, which...
I know something about that one. That's the one research I did today.
All right.
With this light business.
All right.
Go on.
Yeah, you're going to get me started.
Well, that's why we're talking about it.
Do your list first, all right, of the possibilities of time travel, then we'll get into that.
So, you can go faster than the speed of light. Good luck with that. In a vacuum, light travels at 186,282 miles per second. Einstein equations, though, show the object at the speed of light would have both infinite mass and infinite length of 0. This appears to be physically impossible, although some scientists have extended his equation to say it might be done. Where else? Let's see. So, there's the infinite cylinder, black holes, cosmic strings, time machines, the grandfather paradox. These are all different ways that it's been theorized that time travel can happen.
I personally think time travel is a possibility. Maybe the future time travel into the future more than the past.
Right. And why do you believe only into the future and not to the past?
Well, the past, you'd have to... I don't know, I don't quite understand going back to the past. The future one I would think would be more possible because the speed of light type thing. When you go to when you go to space, like space is legit where everything is, isn't it?
Yeah. So
There's like no concept of time in space.
right. See, and I like how you started out with saying, you would go forward, where I mean, I don't
Well,
know
that
how.
is the only possibility of actual time travel. Personally, I think if
It's
you
a
would travel back in the past, you'd actually have to have a actual machine
right.
on Earth. But if you had like a regular ship that can travel the speed of light, well, maybe faster than the speed of light, then you could travel to the future. This is what I've come up. This is what I found, and I've always believed it myself. All right, I did talk to someone once already about this. Kind of ruined it for the best.
So
Okay, all right, hold on a minute. Let me. Okay, the speed of light is 299,792,458 milliseconds. That's how fast it is. It's proper fast, that is, bro. One light years is 1.0 year. Simple as, isn't it? Astronomical, big word for me. One astronomical units per day is 173. Miles per second is 186,000. This is the complex part with all the time thing, right? Miles per hour is 671 million. Right? That's the long version of the speed of light. Okay. Say you were 15 years old, alright?
Alright.
Alright?
We're 15, okay.
Say you're 15, it's 2003, alright? And they managed to come up with a machine, a space shuttle or something, that can go faster than the speed of light, which is 99.5% the speed of light. Faster than that. And you were to travel 50 light years away, which will only take you 5 years to get there. Alright? And then you travel the same speed back, which would also take you another 5 years, and you would have traveled to the future on Earth in 2053. And it's only been 10 years for you. And because time is so slow in space, it's like that time barely ever existed. Because you don't age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You traveled to the future, basically. 50 years has passed, 50 years, Earth years I'm talking about, has passed than space. Because time is so slow in space.
So you're saying a form of time travel you think would
be... This is an actual science fact. People that go into space comes back down...
Because they're younger.
Earth. Yeah, they come back down to Earth. Say you've been up there for like a day, right? And you went back down. You'd come back to Earth 1 millisecond younger than when you would have been if you stayed on Earth.
Right.
Because time is so slow.
Right.
So you barely age whatsoever, while everyone that you went to high school with has lived their lives, retired, had children, their children had grandchildren.
So you're equating time travel to someone going to space and then coming back and them not aging as much.
Exactly.
I guess it's a theory.
I think that's time travel right there. But if you're talking like instant time travel, then that's something completely different. There's no such thing as instant time travel.
How do you know?
That is an actual possibility for it to happen, but we will never find out because we don't have anything faster than the speed of light.
But how do you know we don't?
We don't trust. Yeah, I know we don't.
But you don't know.
Do you know?
We don't know. That's what I'm saying. We don't know.
That's why it's on Paranormal Express.
Just a thought. Okay, so say now there's a time machine. All right.
Mm.
You're in the time machine, whatever type of thing it would be, like a capsule or whatever it is.
Yep.
Yeah. So you're strapped down, and now you're gonna go.
This is.
Faster
Are you talking about
instant time travel?
Instant
time travel. All right.
Okay.
So you're going faster than the speed of light.
Mm.
There would have to be within that capsule or whatever it is that you're in. Yeah.
Mm.
Has to be some compression system in there, because if you were to go that far, your body would implode.
Right.
You wouldn't live.
Not that he would know, because
It'd be
you'd be
instant.
instant death.
So let's. I've come across this name quite a bit while looking into this topic. He was actually on Beyond Reality Radio.
Okay.
And his name's John Titor. So John Titor, he's a supposed time traveler from the year 2036. And
Are you talking about that picture of the guy
no,
that someone took
No.
back in the 90s or something?
this guy only started appearing. He actually his first blog was on Art Bell's site, and he did something with Art Bell, and he came back to 2036 because of he found love back in this time. So
The time that he traveled to?
the time that he traveled back to, which was, I think, 99 at the time.
Okay.
Where is it? So, oh no, it was 2000.
Didn't
Okay.
he? Okay, if he did do that, he fell in love with someone back where he traveled to. Wouldn't his timeline be all messed up?
Yes and no. He claims that his self in this time and he don't have contact because they don't want to screw up their timelines.
But he screwed it up by staying there because he fell in love with someone.
Possibly. And I mean that's where chaos theory comes.
Unless that is what was meant to happen for his timeline to start.
It's possible. So it sounds like an unbelievable situation, right? I mean, but many are convinced the mysterious John Titor traveled back in time, back in 2000, to warn us a bleak history of humanity. So, the legend, quote unquote, he's a legend, appeared on an online forum 16 years ago, claiming he wanted to warn us away from a future ravaged by nuclear war and corrupt governments. So I guess in 2036, we're war-torn, corrupt, all that stuff. After publishing several future predictions, which gave people advice on how to avoid catastrophe and sharing images that he claimed was his time machine, he suddenly vanished. So he's gone. However, so he came on November 2nd, 2000, he wrote online, quote, "Greetings, I am a time traveler from the year 2036. I am on my way home after getting an IBM 5100 computer system from the year 75. End quote. So that was the first thing he had, written on anywhere.
Where did he travel to again?
He traveled back to 1975 to get an IBM IBM 5100 computer system.
Why would you want to do that? He's from the future. Why would he want a computer system that's from that time?
I don't know. Maybe they're running low on certain things in the future. I mean, like he supposedly claims that, he claims that, where is it? The future is ravaged by nuclear war and corrupt governments. So while he was on Beyond Reality Radio not too long ago, he talked a little about his time machine, his ship. They definitely tried asking him questions about, to prove that he is who he says he is. You know how Jason gets with those questions.
Mm-hmm.
He asks, stuff like, what's going to happen next week? And, obviously he doesn't know all of what's going to happen. Stuff has changed from when he left. And he doesn't go back, he claims, as often as he used to because he's retired. But he still has his ship, and obviously he's still being closely watched if he is indeed a time traveler from the year 2036. Because if he were to give out, hard evidence, what the heck's going to happen then? So I guess he predicted some stuff such as, he's got some failed predictions here actually. He predicted mad cow disease would spread over the globe and the Olympics would be canceled. That was one of them. But I mean, this guy, I don't know, this guy in itself sounds interesting, to say the least. Let's see, where is it? I know I have some more stuff here about him. Okay, he predicted a nuclear war in 2015, which, didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Deception leading to the Iraq War. I guess you can call what happened there deception. 2008 Olympics were canceled. The hidden functions of the IBM 5100. No, okay, never mind. Oh, the portal computer was all unknown to average consumer, especially around 2000, 2001. The average person wouldn't have known about it.
Isn't one of them where it was in World War where Hitler has this bell? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
It was on TV at one point. Ancient Aliens.
Ancient Aliens.
I was talking about this bell-shaped machine that he came up with, which can travel in time.
Alien spaceships, I guess. Who knows?
Surgery.
Oh, what's it?
So he claims now that he's trying to help prevent what happens in the future with the, he wrote a book. He and two other people wrote a book. I forget what the book was called, but let's see if I can find it real quick. I mean, the idea of time travel is interesting to say the least. Where is the book? Disclosed. Chronicles of John Titor II. And he says, he says there's tons of John Titers. And he claims that they're government clones and all this stuff. So now that's getting into something completely different there.
I think I've found this guy I was trying to tell you about. All right. So, yeah. So I reached out to somebody on my Facebook
Alright.
regarding this guy. So he sent me a message just back. So just remember, this guy's in the UK and I'm speaking to. So there's a 5-hour difference. So he's actually up. He's just because he's looked into this time travel thing quite a bit, apparently. So he's put down there's a few rumored to exist. Nikola Tesla was rumored to have made one. Location is unknown, as J.P. Morgan sold to a cover company for the CIA Black Ops, supposedly. There's a few others that I've heard where they supposedly are, but no specific names of who made them. There was a guy whose plans were being sold on the Future Horizons website before it disappeared, but his name is Steve Gibbs. Now, there's actually a video on YouTube of this Steve Gibbs, and it's the inventor of the HDR, where HDR stands for Hyperdimensional Resonator, and he made it back in 1985. Now he claims that this device is anybody can make one. You'll be able to time travel, and it shows you there's a way of making it. I don't know. You'd have to look at the videos.
Here, yeah, send it to me through Skype and I'll pull it up.
Yeah, so I'll see how dimensional resonator. Yeah, hang on, but
Sorry.
Anyway, so this is what this guy claims is how it works, but this is what this. Oh, good gosh, give me 1 second. So here's the YouTube video.
All right.
I'll send it to you on Skype. We all know time travel is more complicated than what this guy is creating, and the chances of it actually working is slim to none.
We will never find
at
out.
all. So that's a video. But this is this guy's website. He claims that it works, but like I said, it's the chances of it actually working is pretty slim, if anything.
All right,
It's just gonna be noise, if anything.
Here, we'll watch this video real quick on.
It's like 3 minutes something.
Yep, I got it pulled up. I'll have us watch it right now.
I need to go get my charger.
This right here is a dimensional resonator. Now, many of you have talked about the fact that my nails are long. Well, guess what? I believe that the HDR not only affects time, but it also affects living organisms. I believe this might be a side effect of the hyperdimensional resonator, which, since my hands are always close, take a look. See, this is a nail clipper. I clip my nails, but they grow very quickly. And I also have to shave a lot because the HDR puts out a powerful signal, which I believe is the reason why we get these time distortions. Now, what I'm going to do with this watch, take a look at it, is I'm going to turn the HDR on and see if it makes this watch go fast, which is one of my favorite things that I like to do with the HDR. Okay, see it? Let me turn the HDR on. HDR, as you can see right here. It's not plugged in. Plug it in. Light on. Okay. Oh. This right here with a watch. A watch.
All right, so what he's doing, there's a magnet on there, and
That's what I'm saying.
and a
That's what
magnet,
I'm-
a magnet's gonna move. You got echo, guys. Magnet's gonna move that hand.
Yeah.
So I mean, that I don't know. The HDR thing, I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So I was just saying to Lee, I don't know if you heard me or not, but
No.
I said there's going to be like a magnet because it's a wind-up clock. It's a wind-up watch.
Right.
I'd be
So a negative rather than a positive is just going to put it backwards.
I'd be
Rather
more
than
impressed if he actually made something travel. You know, like Back to the Future, where he put Einstein in his car with a stopwatch. And
Right.
he had a stopwatch. And he sent Einstein on his way. And he travelled, what was it, back?
Did he send him back? I can't
Did he
remember
send
how
him
that.
back,
I
or did he
haven't-
send him
I don't. It's
forward?
been so long.
Yeah, I can't remember. I haven't watched it for such a long time.
I think he sent him back in time. And then his watch was real time and his was a minute late.
So
Could be. I can't remember.
I think that's what it was.
So with time travel, you can also we can also throw in time lapse and missing time too,
Yeah.
which goes along with that. So there are other theories, like I said here, of time travel. We got time travel theories, paradoxes, and possibilities, which I will pay. Where is it? So there's that. It goes through like the wormhole I said. So some of the alternate time travel theories, like we said, we got the infinite cylinder, which is atmosphere. Frank Tipler proposed a mechanism where one would take matter that is 10 times the sun's mass, then roll it into a very long, very dense cylinder, and shoot it through that cylinder essentially. Black holes can be or a way of time travel.
That's another thing. Wormholes.
Wormholes, black holes, yeah.
Stephen Hawking talked about that. And this one thing, I think I mentioned this last week with the time travel when we came up with this idea from not World War. I think this was, I don't know, somewhere between 2000 and 2011, maybe, somewhere between there, where this guy was flying in his plane, his personal plane, to some destination, and he reported that he traveled like miles away from where he was going to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Within a split second. And he doesn't remember a thing. He did But the one thing he did remember is that he's seen a fog come about and then a flash, and then he appeared in some other place within a split second.
So I know we've all looked at these photos before too, and questioned them and whatnot. But one of my favorites is right here. Hold on, where is it? I know we've all seen this photo before. Oh, come on. Why you do this? Oh, whoa. Sorry, it's just taking a while. This one right here. If you're looking at the stream now. I know there's a delay, but it's one of my favorite photos because, you know, you got the guy sitting there with the hoodie and the sunglasses and all that.
Oh, the black and white one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't come up yet, but I think I know this is the one with the t-shirt print.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, is he in a crowd?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I was mentioning earlier.
Yeah, it's funny, you know, because nowadays with computers, anybody can do that.
Right. I've actually looked into that picture, quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
did you manage that?
As much as kind of compelling to look at, because of for the time period that the picture is taken. He's wearing a printed T-shirt, which wasn't a normal thing at the time. Now, the picture itself is not photoshopped. It's an actual photo.
Okay.
So you got this guy in, looks like a hoodie with a printed T-shirt on, and he's
Was
wearing
it like a band
sunglasses.
name or something?
I can't remember what is on there, but here's the thing with that picture. Now, the glasses that he's wearing were from that time period.
Right.
They did make glasses that looked like that back then, and as for those T-shirts, the printing T-shirt technique was just starting at that time. So the chances are, even though you can't really see what is saying on that T-shirt, the theory, yeah, that's what the T-shirt is probably of like a high school or something on there, which at the time the printing process was just coming in.
Right. So
that T-shirt is probably correct for that time period as well, because it was just starting to do the technique was, because the actual technique of using printing was already being used anyway for signs, and they were just starting it on the T-shirt side. So as odd as that looks for that period, it is normal, because those glasses are proven that they were from that time period. I think it's like in 1950s, I think, isn't it? I can't remember when that was actually.
Yeah, roughly. And
He looks like an odd guy.
Speaking
Right.
of T-shirts, we're hoping to have some made soon that, you know, eventually we will be selling on our website, and right here on my Twitch you'll be able to do that as well. And eventually we'll probably be giving some away.
Right.
So we're still working on designs and whatnot for that. But that's a little bit down the road still. But Lee, we were talking a while ago when I was over there, and you showed me the one video of the guy walking through the door.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Is that the grocery one?
Yeah.
Yes. Where
Yeah.
the time on the top corner, jumped
Jumped.
years.
Yeah. It jumped from 17, I think it was, or
Something like
15.
that.
I think it was somewhere around there, and then jumped from there to 20 something.
Right.
And he was just casually walking, as if nothing happened. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I have seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
you said it was complete crap, Stephen.
Yes,
Yeah, you
I
say
did.
it was-
Yeah, I did.
How would you go about to explain that? You'd be like, oh, I don't know how to explain that.
No, it's just
If you don't know how to explain
No.
something, you should just be like, yeah, that's probably.
no, it isn't though, because what are the chances of that happening?
What are the chances of time travel to begin with?
Okay, so here's my thing about that video. Okay,
Yeah.
technology. That's my whole thing on that video. Okay, anybody can create a video. Okay, with a CCTV camera timer
Yeah.
and use After Effects to create the whole jumping forward, jumping back, changing the time. All that is a possibility there. So the chances of that being actually real is crap. It just doesn't exist.
That's like saying about ghost videos that you can't
Exactly.
have CCTV cameras.
Right, yeah.
There's no getting into you, is there? I mean, there's no convincing you.
No, I would have to. No, it's something.
This is a guy that's like skeptic but not skeptic.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I would actually need physical proof.
Well, Lee,
I actually have to see it with my own eyes to see that. Show me a video of
Let's
somebody.
go hunt down that homeless guy that's seen it then.
he could have been paid to say that.
Lay in there.
No, he was no actor, man. He was a proper homeless guy.
No. So that's my problem with those videos. It's like where you see the car driving or whatever it is, and then there's
Right.
that time jump. That type of thing.
Well,
Those are just stuff that are using those. You can do all that.
so going back to time jump, what about the event we were going to go to, like the park out in Watertown? I mean, you remember the claims
Right,
there.
I'd be physically there. If that actually physically happened, then I would have no explanation for it.
Alright, what about that time when we were in the lift?
That I have no explanation for.
That was trippy as shit.
That was kind of weird. I don't understand what happened there.
Go
Let
ahead.
me explain this to
Yeah, explain that.
anybody that's watching right now. I'm using my hands again.
Well, yeah.
Sorry.
That's
How
okay.
you, it's who you
It's,
are.
it's how I express.
You do you.
I will. So this is what happened. We went to we went to the hospital. So we came out and we went into the elevator to go back to the car. So we went into the elevator. I can't remember what floor it was on. I think it was like the third or fourth floor. But we went in. As we walk into the elevator, there was this woman on a bench. Well, you know, outside the elevator.
Next to Ben.
Yeah. So we got into the elevator. I pressed what floor? Was it first floor, wasn't it? 'Cause
Yeah.
we were on the first floor.
We were on the second floor.
Second or third floor, I think it was.
No, we were on the second.
I can't remember. But anyway, I pressed down to go down to the ground floor to get on the bus. On the bus and to the car. So I pressed it. The elevator moved, obviously, because we're going down, because we could feel it going down. The doors open, and we stepped out, and that woman was still on the bed. We hadn't gone anywhere. That's what it seemed like.
Yeah, it's like we just.
Although the elevator actually moved because the doors closed and they did all that motion going on.
Yeah,
And then the doors opened. We stepped out.
and we were in the same place.
And
We started off.
Yeah, it seemed like we hadn't gone anywhere. It just.
Did we in the end just walk down the
Yeah, we did.
stairs?
Yeah,
we
so
just walked down the stairs.
Yeah, we just walked down the stairs because I had no idea what happened. Doors closed. I pressed the button. it did that motion thing because it was moving and it was making the noise, and then that ding, doors opened, we stepped out, and that woman was still on the bench by the vending machines, and we were like, okay, that makes no sense whatsoever, and we just decided we'd just fucking walk down the stairs.
Yeah,
It was strange, it was bizarre. I don't understand what happened.
I've never had anything like that happen to me, so I don't
Down
know.
the steps, then I'd be tripping hell.
Yeah, if we went on the steps
Yeah.
and we ended up in the same place, that would be, yeah.
Some Willy Wonka shit there.
It would be, yeah. I have no idea what happened that day. But if it physically happens, then that's different to actually watching a video.
Right. I mean, like Lee said, you know, you're skeptic and you're not. We have to be skeptic in everything we do, as paranormal investigators. I mean, so.
Can't believe everything.
I mean, unless you're you and you know the black-eyed children are outside, but.
Yo, come on now. Maybe they're time travelers.
They might be. It's been a theory that they are time travelers. You know, there's been theories that the Greys are time travelers.
Everyone's time travelers.
Everybody's a time traveler. You're a time traveler. We're all time travelers.
Yeah.
So
one of the other theories that came out with the time travel is that time doesn't exist. So the past, the future, and now are actually now.
all at the same time.
It's all at the same time, running at the same speed.
Right. So like, that's what, you know, that's what we think a residual haunting. You know, that could be a different time.
All right, stop. That's the past. Let's move on.
No, is it though?
But is the past? The past is now, isn't it?
I mean, then you're getting into
So say now, you're going back. Say now, you're from 1800s.
Okay.
Okay. I'm now. Yeah. I'm walking.
Wait, are you now as in
I'm now
2017?
2017.
So I'm from 1800s.
Right? So this house now, 1800s, because the house was built in 1800s.
All right.
Okay.
They know what.
All right. So
The more you know.
I'm now.
Okay.
All right.
And I'm past.
I'm your past. I'm walking. You here walking, but there's nobody there. Just you. What are you going to think?
We spoke about this the other day.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Yes.
So, you hear me. You're in the 1800s, but you hear footsteps. Right?
Yeah, that could be the past or future.
Exactly. So that's the point. So past, future, and now.
That's what I
is
think
now.
ghosts are. Me personally, I think is future people. Because I'm in now. Okay, I think it's future people.
Right.
Why
but
couldn't it be past people?
But it could be past people, couldn't it?
You
You could be thinking, what the hell is that? Because
the only reason I say I think it's future people is because I personally believe that traveling to the future is a possibility if we had the proper equipment and technology to do so. Because it is an actual possibility.
right.
That's why I always say I think it's future people.
Future time travel is more of a possibility than past
Yeah.
possibilities. I can understand that. I can understand the theory.
Yeah, it's more of a possibility. I think it's much more complex if you try traveling back in time. Much more complex.
Right.
You'd probably have to get like 10 times more stuff just to do that one thing.
So if we were to get rid of time, okay, so you're from the 1800s still,
okay.
I'm from 2017. 2017, doesn't matter what year it is, but it's in the future.
Yeah.
Okay? Time is something that we invented. Okay? So scrap time.
So we're like space?
Right, just...
Space doesn't have concept of time.
Right, yeah.
So we're like space.
We've, as humans, created time. Yeah.
Okay.
To give a normality of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sun rising and the moon coming out. What
Yeah,
happens
they-
if it was the other way around? So if we get rid of that altogether,
We
how
wouldn't
would
know.
we know what the future is?
Or past.
Right. So if you to hear footsteps in the 1800,
Mm.
okay, so you don't even know what year it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're in a house of your own, all on your own, and you hear footsteps, and there's no explanation for it. How would you explain it? You can't say, "Oh, that's
But-
future," because there is no
But
time.
isn't if there was no concept of time whatsoever, wouldn't people not age? Time is what makes you age, isn't it?
No, it's. But the time. This is what I'm saying.
Wouldn't
time,
people be like immortal?
No.
No, because your body is aging
Yeah.
on a natural scale. But so that's a natural time. Your body has an internal clock, which is a
Yeah, but
natural.
there's no concept of time
Yeah,
whatsoever.
but no, there's no concept of actual time like we have now.
Okay.
Okay,
I get you.
all right. So that's a man-made
So people.
time.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I get it. I get
So
it.
you're in a house. There's footsteps.
Mhm.
How would you explain it if there's no time? Because time, future and the past and now is all one thing. How would we explain what those footsteps are? We can't sit there and go, that's in the future. Because why is future? Because there is no time, or there's no concept of time, of actual time. So time is never invented. Because sundials is time. So it's a human made up thing. So what's to say that daytime is actual nighttime and nighttime's daytime? So how would we know when to go to sleep and when to wake?
If we took weed right now, we'd be tripping the hell out. I'm tripping out, and I didn't take no weed.
So that's the concept of time. So if there's time travel, time travel is only come into an
You
existence.
would have to be like, yeah, someone's been walking in my house. I can't find the person.
Right, yeah.
I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
How
Well,
do I? What do I do?
there's no way of explaining what you're hearing. That's what I'm
So
saying.
would you? Okay, so wouldn't you have to like? Would it be still classed as a ghost?
Well, what would
If you
it be?
can't like, if you can't
I
tell
suppose
if it's future or past, would you still class it
as
as a spirit?
I suppose you could.
So wouldn't you record it and then ask questions, and then they tell us?
If there was a way of recording it, but then you wouldn't be able to timestamp it
No,
because
I
that would be
know.
a concept of time again.
Jesus, I have no idea then. What if it's holograms of people that's in an alternate universe?
Right, wouldn't that come under the concept of
Bloody hell, there's no.
See? No.
There is
That's,
no-
Okay, so here's the thing. Time travel has only come into an existence because of actual time. Okay, so a human time thing.
We
is
would be
created.
stuck in a loop.
right.
We would be. Yes, because.
It's like an infinity.
Right, so
type
there is
situation.
no concept of time because time doesn't exist. We've
So
created
we're
time.
basically living day by day with no sleep whatsoever.
We're.
You wouldn't sleep.
Okay, so. We're
You're just dead
all
in
right.
like 2
Okay,
days.
so here it is. Time doesn't exist. All right. You saying we don't see that?
You want sleep?
In other words, we're
Immortal.
are in a matrix. Okay,
no,
so
yeah,
we're
yeah,
living in a simulation. Is basically what's
okay,
happening.
goodness gracious.
Okay, that's a whole other thing. But that's basically what some scientists are actually saying is that we are living in an assimilation. In other words, like the Keanu Reeves movie, The Matrix.
Yeah.
So There is no time, basically. That's what they're saying. We're living in a
A fake
simulation.
world.
Yeah,
So there's that theory, and then there's the alternate dimension theory.
right. So the only reason there's an existence of time travel, or the nice theory of there being time
So
travel,
what you say?
is
Okay,
because man
so
created time.
I just thought of this right now. Right now.
Okay.
When we sleep,
Yes. Well, you'd
I'm
still sleep.
sleep.
It's day and night.
Oh, your horses! When we sleep, we dream in. All right. We
Right.
think it's a fake, but could not be the reality.
It could be.
You could be dreaming right
So
now.
when you die, it's like
You know.
Schrodinger's cat. I'm not too sure if I
Yes,
said
that is it. I spoke to
Schrodinger's
someone about it
cat.
today.
So basically, that's what happened when we sleep. It's the same
Yeah.
as that. Is the cat alive or dead when it's in the box? We don't
Both.
know. Okay, so it's doing the both.
Yeah.
But so that could be the same as when you sleep. When you sleep in, you're alive or you're dead.
We don't know because we're sleeping.
Right, exactly.
We could stop breathing
Right,
when we sleep
right,
and not know about it.
right. So does that mean that our bodies or our consciousness is now back in the universe? Because you can travel, or you can make yourself travel when you sleep or when you meditate, is the theory.
I can never meditate.
Right.
I'm
So
relaxed.
so we got some. We've talked about quite a bit so far. Now, anybody watching, do you guys have any questions about this stuff? I mean, otherwise we're just gonna keep talking because this can go on for hours.
This could go on forever.
No questions yet. All right.
That I found interesting, well, when I was younger, was quantum leap.
Quantum leap.
Yeah,
So, like, quantum physics, the whole quantum.
Explain this movie.
it was a
I think I
TV
might-
series, Quantum Leap.
I think I might have seen it. Explain.
Okay, so this guy, it's in the future. It's way in the future.
All right.
All right, and they create a machine that basically can move time. And he goes in there. He's strapped in this I can't remember what he's strapped in now, but he's in something. And the experiment goes wrong. So he leaps into past people. So basically his
This sounds familiar.
conscience is traveling in time. His physical body isn't, but his mind is.
This sounds familiar.
Okay, so he leaps into different bodies in different times. And the only way that he can hopefully make his way back into the future is by leaping into different people. So when he's in their body, he's them, but his conscience is himself. And he has a hologram as a friend in the future that's a hologram, but only he can see him.
So an imaginary hologram friend.
Basically, yeah, he only reappears.
Lee, how many of those do you have?
Well, mine?
No, Lee.
I
how
have
many?
plenty. They're all in my head.
You're going all the way to Arkham.
So he leaps into these bodies because his conscience is traveling in time.
Mm.
So to get his conscience back, basically, he has to leap and do specific tasks in order to leap back, if that is possible.
Mm.
So he goes into these bodies. So when he looks in the mirror, he sees that person. There's his conscience is himself.
So this person that he leaped into is unaware of everything.
Right. Yeah, because he's
So
them
he's
now.
like, the person he leaped into is non-existent until he comes out of that body.
Well, yeah, because the other person he's leaped
But
into.
wouldn't that person that he jumped into experience time?
Right. Yes. Time loss.
Time loss. Yeah.
Right. Because
that could last. That time loss could last like a year or something.
Right. So he's leaped into this person. It could be a male or female. He's leaped into their conscience. So when he looks in the mirror, he sees that person's physical body.
Yeah.
But his conscience is normal. So when he's leaping in,
I don't think I've seen this. I should watch it.
yeah, it's old and it's kind of corny to watch, but it's.
Is it?
Yeah, it is, but it's. I like the idea of it. So
you're saying they could make it?
It's kind of. Have you?
Yeah, they can make it way better now.
Yeah.
It's kind of like.
Actor, you know?
It's actually kind of like a Netflix show called Travelers.
I don't think I've watched it. I have heard of it, but I haven't watched it.
No, I haven't heard of it at all.
So
do they leap? Do they like physically go into those characters, or is it just like their period?
No, it's they're from the future, but they're put into these bodies at the moment just before death.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like Quantum Leap. Yeah, so it's kind of like Quantum Leap. It's like they've taken the idea of Quantum Leap and created a new show.
So I mean, and obviously with time travel, I know we've jumped back and forth. With time travel, you're gonna have like you were talking, Lee, about when I mentioned John Titor, and wouldn't his timeline be mixed up? So that's where you get chaos theory. Chaos theory is that whole thing where if something's going to happen, it'll find a way to happen. So it's chaos theory is definitely an interesting thing that goes along with this as well. Like say the butterfly effect.
That doesn't look good.
Well, it doesn't look good. Oh, you. Yeah.
I'm sorry, that whole video thing there, if you're watching it, that didn't look good at all on that camera. I was actually reading a message on a laptop down here, and there is a laptop, just to let you know.
Yeah,
laptop, yeah.
So there's going to be that delay. That didn't look good at all. Oh my god.
There's that time lapse.
You pumped it up.
Oh. So everybody's watching that. What the hell is he doing? That's what I was doing. I was sort of reading the message.
This is... I mean, we can go on and on about this topic.
Yeah, it's a never ending.
Yeah, I did something came out last year as well.
All right.
On time travel. The Vatican apparently has a time travel device.
So the Pope can go back to Nazi Germany if he wants.
Yeah, it's actually what do they call it? It's the device known as a chronovisor, and it may be one of the biggest secrets kept from humanity, and could explain why the Church have maintained its immense power in recent years, despite the decline in believers. Here, let me just give you a quick rundown on this. In 1972, an Italian weekly magazine published a photo unveiling the remarkable device. But Anetti contested its authenticity. He stated that if any recordings had been kept, they certainly wouldn't have been made available to the general public, and would most likely be cautiously guarded in the Vatican archives. According to a few unofficial sources, Ernetti, as if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, even witnessed one of Napoleon Bonaparte's speeches and a Greek tragedy called Thyestes. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right either. A play considered lost with only a few fragments surviving. If we are to believe the account, Ernetti was truly a privileged man. It also goes on and says in the 1970s, the chronovisor had a different purpose to obtain images of the future. And according to former participant in the Pegasus project, the device was used to pave the way for time travel, or at least a rudimental form of it. During that period, the device provided images from 2013, where the Supreme Court building was laying under 100 feet of water. The Capitol was also submerged in ruin. Obviously, that didn't happen, but there is a picture. Let me send the link
All right.
to your Skype.
So while we look at this, let's try to decide on next week's topic, huh?
Why not?
So this is this picture right here, obviously, or is it scrolled down some? Yeah, it's this picture.
Yeah, if you
Okay.
scroll down a little bit, yeah, you'll see it. You can see the chronovisor equipped with
Oh. Let's see if I can pull the picture up itself. Yeah, no, it's not gonna let me pull it up.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Here we go.
I wonder if it.
Here we go. I got it. Can I zoom in on it? No. Alright. Oh, we'll do this real quick. So, we have a couple things we can talk about next week.
Okay.
We got, we haven't done doppelgangers yet, have we? Hi Court, how are you? We haven't done doppelgangers yet. We could probably maybe do doppelgangers. Or we can do some cryptozoology stuff, i.e. Bigfoot, Dogman, Mothman, Jersey Devil.
We could do that. I wouldn't mind talking about Bigfoot.
Some cryptozoology in general, or just Bigfoot in general?
Oh, well, either. That's fine. Cryptozoology, that's fine.
So
I just find Bigfoot kind of fascinating.
Bigfoot is a very fascinating thing. So
Yeah, do that.
I'll help you with that in a second, Court. I think I actually already made you an admin on that, but when you're doing it and all that stuff and setting up your stream, it has communities now. Anyway, but we can definitely, yeah, Bigfoot would be a good one we can do next week. It's tons of, I mean, that stuff is going to be fun in general, because it is an interesting topic, and, you know, it's so controversial.
Right.
So, we were hoping that this would go a little bit longer this week. Unfortunately, you know, I have to get ready to go do something. There is a new game called Finding Bigfoot. I have seen that game. But maybe I'll even look up some videos for that for next week. I have stuff I have to get ready. What's up, Lee?
There's a game called that?
Yes.
That's the first time I've heard of it. So
It's here. I'll send you a link real quick, just so you can watch it after or whatever. Where is it? But like I said, we are out of time, and we will
The meat.
Okay, and then let's leave
Leave
the
a trap. We'll leave.
we'll pick up next week. Yes, Stephen and Lee can see the chat, I believe, right, guys?
Yes, I
Yeah.
can see this. Yes, I do. I shall have a look at this link.
Alright, so like I said, that is all the time we have for this week. Next week we will be doing Bigfoot. And we hope to catch as many people as we can on that topic. Thank you for being here a month with us now. 4 episodes. We'll be doing episode 5 next week. And thanks for hanging out.
Thank you.